let people know they're doing a good job.
Great, cool, wonderful. So, what are we doing?
I am giving a rough VO. Can I look at camera? I'm giving a rough VO for the WMU edit, so he can edit to something while we're figuring out exactly what voiceover we want to use. Yeah, so for now, we're just filling it in.
And so do you do this pretty frequently for us?
Yeah, pretty frequently. Try not to, though, because I'm so good at it that it's been ending up that we use my voice. Not too often, but here and there, so you never want to use the same voice too much. We need to get people who are not as eloquent to be doing these voiceovers, these fillers. Just kidding. Everybody at Rhino's eloquent. Someday you'll realize your dreams. You'll attend a major research university without leaving home. There's a way to reach your goals and prepare yourself for success while contributing to the growth of Southwest Florida. Push ahead and begin something new with instructors who are invested in you. Welcome to Someday.
So what are you guys doing?
So note, last time I was in a BTS video, I was wearing the same shirt.
As was I.
Last time was Wednesday. Today's also Wednesday. My Wednesday shirt. So Michael and I are heading to South Dakota right now. We have an interview tomorrow afternoon. I'm doing the interview, and Michael is going to take some photos. So this is one of many of the travel shoots that we've been doing, and we're pumped. We'll be back tomorrow late. So let's pack it up.
Flip side.
See ya.
Safety features can be found on the safety instructions card. I'd like to suggest you take a moment to read this carefully before takeoff.
Booked for a later flight because she swore we would not make it on this flight. We ran as fast as we could. We had 20 minutes to get on our flight, and we had to literally go from one side of the airport all the way to the other side of the airport. And
Yeah, I'm way out of shape. So, see you in Sioux Falls. We made it to beautiful, hot Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
very hot.
It is hot here, but
I thought it was going to be a little colder, like Michigan weather.
In 1.9 miles,
I was wrong.
turn right onto Northwest Port Avenue.
In 2013, Kevin needed a photo intern. Sent him a couple Facebook messages, and then finally I sent a third, and I was like, hey, let me be your photo slave. That's how I kind of got my foot in the door. I didn't really have any experience. Eventually I started getting paid by project, and eventually it turned into a full-time job, and here we are today. Even from the get-go, he saw that I was a self-starter, self-learner. He gave me things to just start learning up on, because he knew that I was super into gathering all the information I could about whatever I wanted to learn about. So I knew this was going to expand beyond just being Kevin's photo editor. And now that's turned into commercial work, studio work, weddings, obviously. We've done some pretty cool editorial stuff for a few clients. So it's kind of run the whole gamut. It's cool. It's tough because like I'm more of like a jack of all trades, I guess, where photographers in bigger cities tend to specialize in one thing. I think being in Kalamazoo has made me a much more diverse, well-rounded photographer. I went to Washington, D.C. and North Carolina, and then I just got in last night from South Dakota. It is 3:30 a.m. and we have arrived to home base. Hopefully you get to enjoy this on the weekly, but I know I'm not as charismatic as Tyler. We've been doing a series of interviews for a client, and it's been cool that the photo team is starting to get incorporated. It's really been awesome to get out there and just take a bunch of photos and document the trip and help further tell the story, not only for the client, but for us as a company to be documenting the experiences we're having on the road. So.
After we dropped that VO into the edit, when we saw it paired with the structure thus far, it just wasn't really matching up. It was kind of falling flat. We weren't feeling super inspired by the wording. So that's a lot of stuff that you can't really realize until you see it in the edit. And then you go, oh, okay, yeah, that needs to be changed. So yeah, I'm trying to clean that up, re-record a rough, and probably put that into the edit tomorrow and then send that rough over to client for review. So we're gonna record a new version and we will throw that into the edit and send it over to client, and if they like it, that's great because they need to approve copy. If they don't, they'll say, hey, we don't like this and this that you changed, and then next week we will go back and implement those changes.
Nice.
Cool.
Have at it.
Okay. Someday you'll make the choice. You'll decide to attend a masonry.
A mason jar.
You'll decide to live in a mason jar.
My head's going to explode.
From?
He ate a lot of subs at lunch.
I ate too many subs.
He really did eat a lot of subs.
I didn't eat the same amount of subs. I ate less subs than Hank. He had much more sub content than I did.
Yeah, but who had a cookie?
You?
Yeah. Oh, what were we working on?
I think we're updating our Facebook profiles.
Oh yeah, to match. Oh, didn't see you there.
Oh, didn't see you there.
All right, good day of work.
We're doing a quick kickoff. What are we doing? Sorry. Oh, we're having a social media strategy meeting. We're talking about how we communicate, how we tell stories. I've got Walker in the conversation. Say hi, Walker.
Hi.
Okay. Ashley, queen of all things at Rhino. And then Molly, who is princess of all things.
What are you guys discussing specifically?
Well, off the record, we're talking about how we do for the that we're inside of. On the record, we're talking about kind of a lot of the different brands we work with and work for. As a company, we use a software called Basecamp, which we try to use that as a way to communicate. Wherever you are, you can Basecamp, and all of our communication happens in one spot. And it's like the single source of truth at Rhino is Basecamp. That doesn't mean we never meet in person, face to face. We just try to make those as minimal as possible, because doing creative work, you have to get in the zone. You have to have time to get in the zone. And if you're constantly in meetings all day long, you can't get anything done. So we try to limit the amount of meetings we have, but we still have to have meetings. So that's what we're doing today.
Nice. Thanks.
Boom roasting. Walker and I just went down to Greenbush to meet up with those guys there. And they have a restaurant called Clean Plate Club that they started, and they had the new special on today. It's called Croque-Madam. Last time I had that dish was in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and it's amazing. It's basically how they did it was like 2 layers of like a Texas toast that's got butter on it. There's like a fried egg on top. There's some thick ham in the middle. Some, I don't know, it's pork belly or what, some ham product. There's some sausage gravy on top, and it's got some spice, some kick to it, and I think it's a French dish. And oh, you know what? I might have had it at the French restaurant Patisserie Ami up in Traverse City. If you've never been there, you should check that out. It's really good. I think I had it in Jackson Hole too. You ever been to Patisserie Ami, Ashley? In TC? You'd love it. She'd freak out. Ashley loves that stuff. But anyway, so the Clean Plate Club down in Sawyer had it on special today, and I had my own, and then I ordered some for Walker. She had about 70% of hers, and I ate the other 30%. So I had 130% of the Croque-Madam at Clean Plate Club down in Sawyer today.
Right here.